Hey y'all, it's Mia here. Welcome back to my channel. I promised you guys this video in my Hot Topic My Little Pony clothing haul, and I've officially binge watched the whole show. All the Equestria Girl movies, all the Equestria Girl shorts, all the Pony Life shorts. I am hyper fixated and ready. Also, say hi to Cadence. Do you guys remember her from the 𝙎𝙘𝙘𝙀𝙀 vlog? I love her. I needed to whip her out for this video. Anyway, we're unboxing something that I was actually super surprised to find on sale on Amazon because G4 has left the shelves, except in China, which I'm so jealous because they're MLP fanatics over there. When I loved My Little Pony as a kid, I hated the brushables. I don't do toys with hair. It just grosses me out. I don't like the way they look, and I'm a miniature toy type of gal. After my main 6-figure unboxing that I posted with my whole story time, I saw this on my recommended on Amazon, and it is the Rainbow Equestria favorites, and it comes with the minifigures that I used to collect when these were in stores. And the bonus is I already have all of these characters, but my favorite character is Princess Cadence. Not only does it have Cadence, it has her husband. Not only does it have a husband, it is Flurry Heart. And that's who I'm most excited to open because I've never owned a Flurry Heart. I could never catch her in the stores when she came out as a minifigure. So I'm super excited. And if you're excited, don't forget to like and subscribe, join the herd, saddle up, and let's get started. This is the packaging to the Rainbow Equestria Favorites set. Of course, everything in My Little Pony has to do with rainbows. Iconic. We've got a rainbow at the top, which is really pretty. Look at Flurry in the cloud. The old MLP logo, I miss her. We've got the 3 baddies that they always use because for some reason, I guess they do better in marketing. But if you're under 3, you can't play with us. I like how the packaging has like their cutie mark symbols on the border. On the side, it has no one I care about except Cadence. And the other side, okay, I love you AJ, but yo, shiny armor. And this is the back. The main 6 form a rainbow with some of their favorite friends. Well, first off, we're missing the first color in the rainbow. Who's gonna be the red? We got orange, yellow, who's green, blue, purple. So Pinky, we don't even need her. Cadence, we don't even need her. Rarity, we don't need her. And Celeste, we don't need her. So all you really need is Rainbow Dash, Twilight, Applejack, and Fluttershy. But do you, boos? I'm just glad I have Cadence. I've never seen a packaging just advertise Facebook. This comes with 10 ponies, but it's also interesting. It says 2018 Hasbro. Paul Silky. On the inside of the packaging is another rainbow, which is cute, and it has their cutie marks on it, just like the little one. I can't stand plastic packaging. Ooh. So first we have Pinkie Pie. She's got her accurate, iconic blue eyes, which you'll find a lot of inaccuracies in these figures. For example, this is not what her hair looks like, but low-key she ate with the side part. And we've got the iconic cutie mark that's always never on the other butt cheek. I've always loved this figure because of her hair. It's beautiful, but the one thing I don't like is that she's not facing forward. Like when I was playing with her as a kid, I'd have to make her like look this way and talk like this instead of like using her like this. So if I could just like grab her head and turn it, that would be great. This is the Pinkie that I used to have, so we can actually compare them. The color schemes are definitely brighter on here. My Pinkie is very glossy. I like my original's eye shape because it's bigger. The pupils are definitely smaller here, but other than that, they're pretty similar. The mane on mine is also very glossy compared to the one we just opened that's matte. Next we have Rarity. Something I find super satisfying is I love the way they print her eyes. I don't know if this makes sense, but they look so cute. Like they're the perfect distance from each other. I can't explain it. We've got her thick horn, bro. It's so thick. It's only like 2 lumps. Her hairstyle is pretty show accurate, except curl that piece, girl. I've always loved her tail. Like I just want to like crush it. And I've always loved like the canterlot pose she's in, like the walk, the head, the leg outstretched. However, the one thing they never did with this minifigure is add gradient to the hair, because in the show, like it's not a solid color. On the insides of her hair, it is like a lighter shade of purple, but it has a gradient texture. They've never did that to the toys, which makes me sad, but still I actually do love this figure a lot. And my purple hair reminds me of Rarity. So this is my Rarity compared to the one we opened, and the pattern continues where mine are very glossy looking. I also like how mine has a softer outline on the cutie mark than the one we just opened, and I actually like the color choice of this one with the highlights more than this one. However, they definitely changed the eye shape, and I do like the newer one's eyes more than this one. This one had darker eyes with really subtle eyeshadow, but the one we just opened, like the eyes are more open, like they're wider. The eyelashes and eye shape are definitely more accurate. Next up is Fluttershy. We've got her iconic tail that is like arched so it touches the floor. Accurate, love it. Her eyes, however, when you do turn her to the front, the eyes are lopsided, but the eye shape, love it, accurate. The only other thing I don't like about this figure is like we waited so long for her to have her own mold, but the hair is not even accurate. Like one piece should be around her head, but this longer piece needs to be around her neck. It's like, Hasbro, you made these characters, how can you not get it right? Still love her though. Look at her little face. And we've got her yellow wings. I would have loved to seen a figure with closed wings. That would have been cute. Compared to her friends, it's actually interesting. I don't know if this was on purpose, but her legs are actually skinnier. Rarity's hooves are a little thicker if you compare the two that are standing up. This hoof standing up is literally the equivalent of. So this is my original Fluttershy. I don't know if you can tell, but this one's mane is more vibrant than this one. My OG Fluttershy got some nice skin. Look at the light reflection off that forehead. The cutie mark is definitely more vibrant than my OG. And one thing that actually made me so mad about my Fluttershy is when it finally came out that she had her own mold, her eyes weren't accurate. And I was so mad, but the newer one actually does have accurate eyes. We could even bring it way back because I have the OG Fluttershy. It's interesting because she actually did have the accurate eye shape, but this one came after this one, so why did they just use the same eyes? It seems like they knew what they were doing though and brought it back, which is nice. But this is Fluttershy in all her eras. And then we've got one of my favorites, Rainbow Dash. I've always loved like the rearing up position she's in because it also looks like you could make her fly like this, and I would do that as a kid. We've got her cutie mark dripping down her thigh because it's so big. Her wings, which when you think about it, look how crazy small her wings are, but like how fast they took her. Anything's possible, guys. I've always disliked the inaccuracy of the mane. Like it should be red, orange, yellow, and this part should be green, blue, purple, but they kind of just made it red, orange, yellow, and then added one streak of green. And in the show, the tail incorporates all the colors, but if I did this figure, I would have done at least like red, orange, yellow again. So it could be red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, orange, yellow. Hire me at the factory, I'll help you guys. Anyway, her eyes always bothered me. Like they're super inaccurate. She does not have this line of eyeliner on top, which always confused me, but I've always loved how her eyes are pink. Rainbow Dash is the only one that pretty much looks the same, except in the newer one, the cutie mark is flipped. And on the one we just opened, the eyes are whiter, more vibrant, but for this one, it looks like it's bigger and kind of tilted up. The manes are pretty similar. Mine is glossy. And then we've got my favorite main 6 character, Applejack. She's also got the same rearing up position as Rainbow Dash, but unlike Fluttershy, back in the day, she has her own hair mold that's also inaccurate. She has 2 ponytails, which is not like the show. She just has 1. But low-key, I kind of wish show Applejack had 2. It's really cute. I would just love to know, like, what was Hasbro thinking when they made these? Like, did they think us fans, or I guess us kids, wouldn't notice that they don't look like the show? Which is not that big of a deal, but it just makes me curious why certain design choices were made. Applejack has similar eyes to Rainbow Dash, except her eyelashes are like wisped up. This shape is low-key giving like Fluttershy with the arch on the top. It's still very cute. Love this figure. You could also make her look like she's like on her knees and like kicking, bucking those apples. I knew there was something off about this Applejack that we just opened because my OG one is so pretty. Like the lighter blonde suits. This one's like super yellow. However, I do like the eyes on the newer one because these ones are really light and it's like closer to like a lime green, and the whites are definitely bigger than the one we just opened. Same as usual, mine is very glossy. The shades of orange they used are different. This one's lighter, but other than that, not much of a difference. Now we're moving on to royalty. We've got Princess Twilight Sparkle. I really was satisfied with this figure as a kid because I love the way she's standing. Like, she was great to play with. She was facing forward, but she did have a little pose. I loved that her wings were accurate, and I had a love-hate relationship with the accessories. First, I love it because a lot of the ponies didn't have accessories at the time. However, it sucks that you can't like take them off of her. So I did wish they made 2 figures, one regular Alicorn and one like Princess Twilight Alicorn. Her hair is very accurate from the side, minus the purple streak that's missing on the bangs, the mane and the forelock. But when you turn it around to the front, I hate the way the bangs look here. It's like this flab of hair should be right here to make it even, but it's like flipped on top of the rest of the bangs, if that makes sense. So like on this side it looks weird. This pink is really chunky here. I wish they added like another purple to make it thinner. I've always loved that Twilight had her own unique wing mold. I think she deserved it for the type of princess she is. I'm not trying to make them kiss, guys. I'm trying to compare their horn. I was gonna say Twilight's does look taller and it is in the show, but actually they kind of do look like the same height. Do a forehead reveal, because let's compare. My old Twilight versus the one we just opened. Oh my gosh, brings this one to shame. Look at the details of the OG one's mane. Like the quality back then is actually better than I thought. The purple and pink streaks are here, and the hair's accurate because it's the navy blue color, and she's just super glossy. This one's definitely also more purple than the one we just opened. And even when it comes to the shoes, back then they did the little star details on them. This one does not have that. This has taught me to really appreciate the toys I had back then, because the detail is actually pretty great. I wonder what's making it downgrade and turn into this. Dude, I don't even want to review her. First off, her head looks like a possum, but also I hate her. Our least favorite princess. Can't stand you, bro. You ruined the show at the end. We got Princess Celestia here, and you could tell Hasbro had enough of her too, because they didn't even bother to color her shoes in, bother to color in the diamond on her neck piece or on her crown. Eyes, a little lopsided, but have always loved Celestia's eye shape. They did, however, keep the wings accurate. Her big, like, extra feathery, pointy wings. I've always loved her hair color. My favorite colors are like green and teal. However, now that I'm older and like I look at Luna compared to her, they should have made her more sun looking. And I want to know who decided this mane. First of all, look, it's like a hair peeking over the tiara. Like Celestia would never look a mess, bro. But also like the bangs, bro, here. This is my hair, bro, when it's over my shoulder. Like, and why is her head so small? Like, she obviously had a smaller head than the main six, but like this head is so goofy to me. But you know what? She deserves to look like this because she sucked. The shoes are colored in. The diamond on the crown and the chest is colored in. The hair is definitely more vibrant, like saturated compared to the one we just opened. But I actually do like both of their manes and the colors they chose. However, this one's eyes definitely won, because why did they have Celestia's facing in different directions? How did this go through, bro? What? However, I do have another Celestia to compare. This is the more updated minifigure. She looks beautiful. She did take Luna's mold, but the mane is transparent, the flowiness is here, and the eyes are definitely facing forward, and all of her accessories are colored in. You could even remove the crown and the neck piece if you wanted. This one definitely takes the cake. Snap. I'm getting shy. We got shining armor. I can already tell his horn was painted separately. It's like a bluish shade of white compared to his body, but I've always loved that he had his own unique mold. So glad they made one. I love that the hooves are colored in, his eyes are accurate, he's got his cutie mark. The star is red though. Interesting. It honestly blows my mind how this starship was already in the family before Twilight was born. I think that's so cool. Like, her existence was foreshadowed. I actually really like how they painted his mane. Super satisfying. And look at that jawline, bro. My day just got better, bro. 2 shining armors. The one we just opened, the eyes are a little closer together. And I do like the waviness of the top of the hoofs to indicate the fur on top of them that they drew, compared to this one that's more, I guess, flatter, which the wave design is still included, but this one's more defined. The cutie mark is red on both of them, but the newer one is a little messily painted. And now we have the best character in all of My Little Pony, Princess Mi Amore Cadenza. I love Princess Cadance ever since I watched the show. Like, Rainbow Dash was my favorite as a kid, but when I met Cadance, I was obsessed. I love her personality. I love her voice, her talking voice, her singing voice, her color schemes, the empire she rules. I just love the montage of the wedding when she was getting along with Twilight's friends and exceeding more than that and having fun with them. She reminds me of me, and that like this little handshake she has with Twilight, like she is a child at heart. I love that she started off as a Pegasus. Like, I could go on and on. So let's start with that eye shape. I've always loved Cadance's eye shape. It's just super pretty. Oh my gosh, they really missed out on not not curling her tail and mane because her curls are so cute, but I actually do like this wavy look. Like, it suits. They also missed out not adding gradient. Did My Little Pony toys ever have gradient on the minifigures? I don't think they did, because Rarity's mane would have definitely had it, but I loved how Cadence' wings were tipped purple. Like, it really shows that the wings were the things she had in the beginning as a Pegasus, and like now she has that special feature to signify that, just like how Twilight got wings and she got a whole new wing mold. I think that's so cool. In all of their wings too, I like how there's a feathered texture on the back of the wing, not just the front. The mane is a little messily painted, but I love the metallic paint that they did for her hooves, her necklace, and her crown. I think it's so pretty. But my biggest issue is, why is she hot pink? They need to make her the same color as the streak that's light pink in her mane and swap it and make the streaks dark pink like they should be. That's my only issue. I hate how they chose these colors. This is not my Cadence, bro. Also, her front like POV is so goofy. Like, look how pointed her nose is. She belongs in Whoville. I know Shining Armor is jolly as right now. The Cadence we opened is definitely more brighter, saturated compared to my OG. The eyes are also more tilted up compared to this one, and I think they're more close together than this one, which I do like the way the eyes look more on here rather than here. The newer one put the older one's cutie mark to shame. Look at that detail on the newer one. Also, something I noticed, I love the way her ears are pointing out of her mane. And I just noticed their horns are actually different colors. They're painted separately. This one's more accurate, matching the skin tone rather than this one. And the character I was most excited to unbox, someone I've never had before, is Princess Flurry Heart. I love holding her in my hands. The first thing I noticed is, Hasbro, you literally did gradient on her wings. Look, light pink to dark pink, they're tipped. So why can't you do that with Cadence and Rarity? But look, bro, her wings are huge. I always hated that Flurry Heart didn't look like the Pumpkin Twins when she was a baby. Like, she looked like she was like toddler age. They should have had her look like the Pumpkin Twins size, then this size, then Sweetie Belle when she was 5 years old, and then Philly, and then move it up from there. Like, why was she so big? I guess she was a princess, but you don't have to make her big. The power's all in the horn anyway when she was born, so have her be tiny, but have the same power that she had in this big body. Anyway, her face is super cute, bro. Look at her lips, her eye shape, and I love her mane. Obviously, you can tell she's Shining's daughter with the blue streaks, but Cadence is with the curls. She has more curls on the back of her head. I love just like Cadence, like with her teal accents, with her cutie mark and her magic aura. Flurry has the same accents because it's my favorite color. Teal, her diaper, and her streaks match. Bro, and look at her little tiny tail. It is so cute. It's just literally one curl, bro. I don't think Flurry Heart ever wore a crown in the show, but I would expect it more though to have a heart instead of a star. But I would also love Flurry Heart to be the first princess to wear silver accents, silver crown, silver chest piece, silver hoof, shoes, whatever they're wearing. But I always wanted Twilight to be silver because purple and silver are really pretty. I was disappointed when her stuff was gold, but I guess the elements of harmony were gold, so they didn't want to change that to silver. But I really would love her Flurry Heart's accents to be silver. I feel like it's a great symbolization of like, she's different. She's the first ever born alicorn, which I hate that. I think Celestia and Luna should have been the first born alicorns, and Cadence and Twilight and Flurry follow after. Part of me is like, I like it because like only someone as amazing as Cadence could birth the first ever alicorn, like, period, sis. But then also I'm like, you could have made her an alicorn, but I don't think she should have been the first. I low-key think Celestia and Luna should have been, because they just seem otherworldly. Like, why does their mane flow like that? Like, I just picture Celestia and Luna as ethereal and very unique. Like, I see them as the firstborn alicorns who can only make other people alicorn. And you could have the unique piece of Cadence is the first ever princess to have a kid, which makes her kid an alicorn, so you could still have her be unique, but still, I don't know. Anyway, I also wish that Flurry was born a little boy. We don't rarely have any princesses except Shining Armor and Prince Blueblood, and imagine the first male alicorn. We haven't seen that. That could have been a huge precedent. But what do I know? I'm just a horse girl. Now, I don't have a comparison for Flurry Heart because I've never had Flurry Heart. But I do have two little babies to compare. So it seems as though they're actually the same size, except Flurry Heart just has a big head and she's giving you the side eye. Her mold is more similar to Pound Cake because he's sitting. But they're so cute. I love the little miniature things. Like, the smaller the toy, the better. And they all look so cute together. This is how it should have been. Flurry Heart should have looked like them, baby. And this is what they would have all looked like as toddlers. But they wanted Flurry to have a big noggin. Actually, fun fact, when I was a kid, I used to play with these four and pretend that these two babies were their kid. And I think I would make Pound Cake Skyla the original Cadence kid. And I don't know what name or what I chose for Pound Cake, but these literally, like, I pretended they were their babies. But almost a decade later, they're lucky Mia never grew up because I just reunited the family. Look at that. Call me a social worker. So this is everyone together. All the little ponies that came with the My Little Pony Rainbow Favorites set. And now I'm going to show you guys every single one of my minifigures. So these are all my minifigures that I've kept since I was a kid. We've got my OG main 6, the one we just unboxed behind, the rainbow power ones, and like other versions. Then we've got Celestia and Luna, Cadence and Shining, the Unicorn Trio plus Equestria Girls, all the Fillies plus Shirley. Thank you for your service. And then we've got background characters slash combo of non-main characters. Then we've got Apple related characters back here that came with a barn set, villains slash characters I didn't know what to do with, special characters from specific sets, the minifigures from the Monopoly game, and the busted figures from the Busy Book. Look at Spike. So that is 134 figures. I hope you guys, I can't get over this freaking Cadence puppet, bro. I'm gonna use her in every My Little Pony related video. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this MLP unboxing. If you saw my main 6 figure unboxing, I have a whole story time on what My Little Pony means to me, how it affected my life. It's a franchise that I am so happy I never outgrew. It brings me so much happiness, and especially these figures. I would go to the stores, book it right to the My Little Pony aisle, and this was when Littlest Pet Shops were no longer on the shelves, so it's like I needed another toy to look forward to in the store, so the My Little Pony aisle was my new home, and I would just be buying every single little minifigure. And I think it's so beautiful, and it feels so nostalgic as me at my grown age, having the privilege and the love for these My Little Ponies to be unboxing that on my channel. Like, little Mia would have loved to be doing this, so I am glad I'm living to heal her and make her happy, and making grown Mia happy, because I really only got this set to complete a bucket list item I've always wanted, and it's Little Flurry Heart, so accomplished. And now my little family is complete. If you would like me to go to China, bro, pay for my ticket. Just kidding. I want to go there so bad to see what's happening with this My Little Pony. Like, why is it everywhere? What can I grab? Because I want it all. But if you would like to see more My Little Pony unboxings, let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave comments everywhere. Have a blessed day.